What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So many of you guys asked me about my stretching, my mobility routine, how I'm so flexible, X, Y, and Z. So today I'm gonna take you through a stretching warm-up that I love to do before I'm training, or on some days if I'm feeling just a little bit sore and need a little stretch. So you can take yourself anywhere, you can do a fun little 10-minute stretch. So follow along with me, and yeah, this is some of my favorite stretches. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to the channel for all the videos. And hopefully in the future, if you guys recommend some, I'll be doing more flexibility routines, more stretching routines, and on Demi Bagby Fit, I'm gonna upload a mobility program, so we're gonna have it all. Let's get started. Starting with some head circles, warming up that neck a little bit. You know, you might have slept on your pillow a little weird. I can tell I slept on my pillow a little bit weird, I feel it. Nice and slow, and switch sides. Come back the other way. Ooh, yeah. I know you feel that, because I definitely feel that. It makes me kind of dizzy. Is that just me? And good. Now bringing your arm across, right arm across the left, but you can do the left if you want. Nice pull here, really feeling it in those arms. I like to kind of go up and down a little bit because I feel it more in my triceps and my shoulders as I move. And switching sides. Ooh, yeah, I feel it in my shoulder right there. Usually people go here, but like move it around a little bit. We be moving our bodies. Yep. And 3, 2, 1. Feeling nice and loose. Next, we're going to be doing reaching forward with a flat back and then reaching down to touch your toes, and we're gonna loosen up our hammies. So reaching forward here and down, really warming up those hamstrings. I'm definitely tight, guys. I'm feeling it today. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, dropping down to the floor, we are going to split these up because sometimes I like to do my right leg and then I like to do my left leg. We're gonna start this position here, really sinking into those hips. So really leaning forward. You don't want so much pressure on your front foot. You want to really put all the weight in between that hip so you can really feel it. For 15 seconds here, just really push. Make sure those hips are nice and square. Yes, it's one of my favorites for sure. Next, we are going to be reaching down, continuing that hamstring stretch. 15 seconds here. Try to keep this knee as straight as possible, but if you can't, just don't bend as low. Keep going, got this. Now, continuing to sink into those hips, I like to do a quad stretch, so grab that back foot and get your heel to your little tushy. You can put your elbow on your knee for support. Woo, that feels nice. Yes. Yes. So after this, I typically like to go into the splits, but if you can't, first I suggest that you try, and if you can't, continue that hamstring stretch all the way along. But I love doing the splits. That's one of my favorite moves. Really stretching it here. Yes. So usually when I stretch, I like to switch it up. So sometimes I'll drop back into the splits and bring it back up. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring it back up to where we were, but now bringing that knee off the ground and bringing those elbows all the way to your heels. And while you do that, sink into those hips, as well as kind of, you can see my little foot circles here so that I can really feel it in my hips and my hip flexors. This is literally one of the best ones. When we do CrossFit, this is like the one that gets everybody. Right here, those tight hips. And there we go, guys. Now we are going to do everything with the opposite leg. So I will be switching to my left, getting into that position, really sinking into those hips once again. Ooh. Three, 2, 1. Now nice and deep into that hamstring stretch. 15 seconds here. Really reach if you can. All the way forward. All of you guys can do this, okay? Next, grabbing that quad, using your elbow on your knee as a base, bringing that heel to your tushy. That is so nice. 3 more seconds here, then we will be dropping down into those splits. Ooh, really feeling it there. I encourage you to try your splits. If you can't go low, use your hands as a base and at least try. And if you can't do the splits, try to continue that hamstring stretch all the way forward. And now coming back up, getting your knee off the ground and sinking into those hips, and give me some hip circles. Elbows on the ground. Woo! Feel it in your glutes too on this one. You can go right, you can go left. In 3, 2, 1. Continuing those hip flexor stretches, because those are really what get us, and that causes a lot of leg injuries as well. We're gonna get into a little butterfly position, and we're gonna push our elbows onto our knees and or our hands, and hands really pushing into that and opening up those hip flexors. In 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going to tuck in one leg, so my left leg, and bringing out that right leg, we're gonna reach sideways, keeping our hips square to the front, and reaching with our arms to touch our toe, really feeling that stretch right here, continuing to keep the hips nice and straight. Ooh, nice deep breaths while we're doing this. In and out for 15 seconds on each side. Next, we're gonna continue going to square our hips towards our foot, and we're gonna reach forward, continuing that hamstring stretch as well. And really feeling it still in your arms with that nice far reach. If you have tight shoulders like me, you're definitely gonna feel it right here. Whew. All right, guys, now back up, switching sides, bringing that right foot in, keeping those hips square to the front and reaching to the side. Whew. Nice deep breaths, guys. Now back up and reaching towards the front. Whew. The tight shoulders though. Deep breaths here. And 3, 2, 1, and back up. Next, in a very similar position for 15 seconds on each side, we are going to bring this foot 90 degrees. Don't bring it here because it's way less of a booty stretch. 90 degrees if you can, bringing that back leg back. I like to put my elbow on the ground so that my knee can't cheat forward. And we're gonna sit as far down into our little booty as we can. Our booties are tight, and a lot of your back problems, if you stretch this glute stretch, you will feel it a lot more relieved. Especially if you have lower back issues like I do, this stretch really helps me with the pressure on my lower spine. Switch, back down. Ooh. Ooh, guys, my booty's sore. There we go. Hope you guys are feeling it. And 3, 2, 1. Bringing it back up, we are going to sit into our hips, bringing both our knees as far as we can, and bringing our feet 90 degrees to our knees. We're gonna sit into it and lean forward and backwards, continuing to open up those hips as well. Sit as far back as you can, lean as far forward as you can, pushing into the ground as much as you can. Almost there, guys, in 3, 2, 1. Now, we're gonna get into a straddle stretch here, and we're going to lean as far forward as we can. Try to get your belly button to the ground. Here we go. Gents, it's okay if you're here, it's okay. Try pushing those toes out as well. Really taking some deep breaths. In 3, 2, and 1. Nice. One of our favorites for our back, we are going to get to a nice, I think this is called a cobra, whatever this is called, guys. Don't quote me on that. Nice deep breaths here, pushing those shoulders back. Looking up to the sky. Breathe in that nice air. Really pushing those hips into the ground, feeling it in your lower back. All right, now for a nice shoulder stretch, we are going to bring our arms as forward as we can, keeping our butt in the sky, pushing our armpits to the ground. Whew. Then we're going to do sit back into our booties, feeling that stretch, bringing your heels and your butt together, leaning forward. Deep breath here. Now back up. Usually when I'm in this position, I love to do some rich stretches. So let's bring our fingertips towards our knees for about 15 seconds and lean forward and back onto our wrists. Also stretches out the forearms too. And next we are going to do the opposite. So go onto the back of our hands. Same thing, forward and back. These stretches are so important before you're training to make sure that you're nice and loose, your body's nice and warmed up, and you're ready to go. Because, you know, sometimes you're sitting down too long, laying on the couch too long, and your body gets tight, and before you know it, you're getting injured. So make sure you're keeping your body nice and loose, and we're having a good time. Lastly, to keep the body nice and warmed up, let's bring it onto our backs. Get that nice lay back. And we're just gonna bring our knees to our chest and roll out on our back. Go forward and backwards, go side to side. There's so we are just going to be doing the same thing. You're going to do the same thing. Keeping those hips all the way up to the sky. And 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going to bend that knee again and bring our knee across our chest, opening this arm up as far as you can go, sinking that shoulder into the ground and also sinking that knee into the ground. Getting a nice stretch here. And 3, 2, 1. So going back, switch legs. You're gonna bring that knee to your chest, grab it, bring it in, hold it nice and tight, wrap around your arms. Take some deep breaths here. Let's enjoy ourselves. 3, 2, 1. Bringing that leg straight, either grabbing that hammy or that ankle. You're gonna sit here for 15 seconds. You better feel it, because I definitely do. Really feeling it here, so take some deep breaths. And 3, 2, 1. Bending that knee again, we're gonna grab it. We're gonna swing it. How are we feeling, guys? Are we feeling awesome? Are we ready to get our day started, ended? Or if you're right in the middle of it, you ready to just keep enjoying your day, feeling even looser? And 3, 2, 1. Bringing it back. I like to shake out the arms, shake out the legs, because we're gonna have an awesome friggin' day today. Let's roll those ankles out, let's roll those wrists. Let's just shake it off because we can. Guys, make sure that you're stretching. This is a great warm-up. It's definitely beginner friendly. Like, any of you guys can do this. So take the time for yourself, for your body, and for your body's future to stretch it out and feel good. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what other videos you want to see on my channel. I'm going to be doing more flexibility routines, and on Demi Bagby Fit, I will have a mobility program coming very, very soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed my warm-up. That's what I typically do at the gym every time before I go, no matter what kind of exercises I'm doing. So yeah, I'll see you next week.